Star Promotions, and today will represent Hamzah Sheeraz. We have a representative from Golden Boy Promotions, the president, Eric Gomez, and all the way down to the right we have a representative for Edgar Berlanga, Keith Conley. Today's press conference is a historic one. This card is an historic one. Before we get to our fighters in our double main event, I want to make sure I tell you guys about the undercard. It includes Alberto Puello versus Subriel Matias for the WBC Super Lightweight Championship of the World. Also on this card, we have David Morrell taking on Iman Kataev in a light heavyweight matchup. And the returning prospect from the Ring Magazine, Mr. Rito Susumi, will also be on this card. But let's get to the real reason we're here. The fighters that are going to be entering the ring on July 12th. Double main event starting with our first fighter welcoming to the stage all the way from San Mateo Atenco, Mexico. He is 33-0 with 27 knockouts. It is William El Camarón Zepeda.
We frying shrimp.
William should be joining us shortly here. Here he is.
It's
It's a long walk from the locker room. Come on through, William. Yara! Next, we have a three-division world champion, former Olympic silver medalist, now the sitting WBC lightweight champion of the world. He is 23-0 with 11 knockouts, hailing from the Brick City, Newark, New Jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shakur Stevenson. And in our second main event, like I said, double main event here, folks, we have a super middleweight matchup for a WBC title eliminator. First, let me welcome to the stage from Ilford, Essex, UK, making his debut at 168 pounds. He is 21-0-1 with 17 knockouts. The hard-hitting Hamzah Sheeraz. And his opponent from right here in Brooklyn, New York. He is a hard-hitting super middleweight in his own right, with 23 wins, 1 loss, and 18 of those wins by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present the chosen one, Edgar Berlanga. Now that we have everyone accounted for here, I'd like to open up the floor by speaking to some of our panelists, starting with the COO of Ring Magazine, Rick Reno.
First, I want to thank everybody for attending this press conference, and it's our third event. You know, our first card at Tottenham, Eubank Bend, that was about legacy. Our Times Square card, that was about history. And to me personally, this card is all about action. These are action fights from top to bottom. You know, starting with Edgar Berlanga and Hamzah Sheeraz at super middleweight. This fight could be bombs away from the very first round. There's already a lot of animosity there. You know, Edgar's taking some offense. Hamzah's coming to his backyard, looking to springboard off of him into a big fight. Edgar's looking to end it early. I think Hamzah's looking to end this fight by knockout. I really personally don't expect this fight to go to distance. It is going to be fireworks from the first round, in my opinion. And then we have Shakur Stevenson in our other main event, defending his WBC lightweight title against the mandatory challenger, William Zepeda. Shakur, without question, is one of the best pure boxers in the sport. And he's going up against Zepeda, who's an aggressive puncher, a guy who knows how to cut off the ring, and unlike other aggressive guys, he's looking to hit anything. He's not a headhunter. He's looking to hit your shoulder, your body, your leg. He just wants to touch something. He thinks there's something that in Shakur that he can exploit. Shakur is confident that there are things in Zepeda that he can exploit. It makes for an interesting fight, and arguably might be the toughest test of Shakur's career. I know Shakur thinks otherwise, and that's what makes it so interesting from fight night. And even with the undercard, Mateus and Cuello, Morel and Katayev, these are action fights. You know, a lot of people in the month of July look for July 4th for the fireworks. But this year, July 12th is when the real fireworks are going to happen. Again, I thank everyone for coming, and I turn it back to Dave.
Appreciate that, Rick. Now I'd like to welcome Eric Gomez, President, Golden Boy Promotions. Eric, talk to me about this historic moment for your fighter, William Zepeda.
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank His Excellency, Turkey LSU, for putting this together. You know, after the last fight, the last show we did it here in New York, we all need more punches, right? And these are the fighters to do it. You know, you have Louis Armstrong, his output is incredible. Edgar Berlanga, you know, one of the most exciting fighters in boxing today. And Shakur, obviously. I mean, Shakur is arguably the closest thing to Floyd Mayweather. It's not better. It's not better. And that's how good he is. So these fighters are great. Sheeraz as well. You know, much respect to him. This is a can't miss. It's all action. These fighters are going to come to fight. They want to prove to the fans, to all of the world of boxing that, you know, they're here. They're all action. It's going to be a great show.
Thank you, Eric. Appreciate that. Kevin, I'd like to come to you next. Kevin Conn, or excuse me, Keith Conn. I apologize. Looking over at Kevin in the background over there, sorry. It's okay. Keith, speak to me about this moment for your fighter, Edgar Berlanga, in his hometown, in his backyard, representing the city of New York under the bright lights on July 12th.
For Edgar, anytime Edgar fights in New York, it's a huge event. He's popular here. He always sells out. I think it's going to be bombs away, as Rick said earlier. I don't see this fight going past 5 or 6 rounds. Sheeraz is a great fighter, but there's levels to the sport, and he's not on Edgar's level. So I think it's going to be a massacre July 12th. I see a violent knockout coming. It's going to be a great event. I want to thank Ring Magazine for putting this together. Obviously, His Excellency, and our fight's definitely going to be the fight of the night. And expect an explosive knockout, and this will be a springboard for bigger things for Edgar going forward later in the year.
Well said. Thank you, Keith. Spencer, I know you heard those words over there. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I spoke to Keith Connolly earlier in the bar, and he, you know, just to reiterate what he said, that Hamzah was only going to go 6 rounds. We're coming into the Lions Den. He's moved up to 168. He's very, very big guy, Berlanga. And it's not going to be easy to beat, but we think with Hamzah Sheeraz, we will win this fight, and we will win it comfortably. Because, you know, everybody thinks after that last fight that we dodged a bullet. But, you know, he broke his hand, he couldn't make the weight, he makes the weight naturally now. He's a 6'4" big man at this weight. So we think that we can definitely win the fight, and we've got to come into the Lions Den to do it, because this is Berlanga's territory, and we're quite confident actually.
Thank you, Spencer. Last but not least, Mr. Eddie Hearn, talk to me about this event and just how historic the Ring Magazine is making card after card. It's Ring 3. You've seen all, I guess, the previous 2. Talk to me about this one.
Yeah, I mean, the first one, April 26 at Spurs, when you're in the UK, people are still talking about that event. They're still going to be talking about it in 10 years' time. And what you're seeing is the 3rd Ring Magazine event in the space of just a few weeks, really. And I think this might be the most exciting top to bottom. I mean, I really feel like Morel against Katiev is an incredible fight. For those who don't know Katiev, he just boxed on our Sydney show. Very exciting Chechen fighter, very dangerous. Cuello against Mateus, Dalton Smith gets the winner. Edgar Berlanga against Sheeraz. Edgar's a fantastic puncher, and Hamzah Sheeraz is going to be very well suited at 168, especially with Andy Lee in the corner now. I think that's going to be a huge addition, one of the best trainers in the world. And then over to the main man, to my left, Shakur Stevenson. And I have to say, you know, the team Josh Dubin, James Prince done an incredible job, but people always ask me, coming over from the UK, what's the difference you notice about boxing in America? The man to my left, if he was from the UK, he would be what we call a national treasure. He would be a superstar. And he should be not just a superstar of boxing, but a superstar of American sport. He's 27 years of age. He's a 3-division world champion, and he's never broken sweat. Eric Gomez said it right about comparing him to Floyd Mayweather. I also put him with the likes of Sugar Ray Leonard, Pernell Whitaker, all of the greats. This is how good this man is. But for greatness, you need a great opponent, and that is William Zepeda. And this is the fight where Shakur Stevenson will show everybody how great and special he is. I think you're talking about pound for pound, #1 greatness from this man. And the Ring Magazine are doing such an incredible job with these cards. But I do have one complaint, just one. Versace, one complaint. I looked at your rankings in the Ring Magazine in the lightweight division. Okay, #1, Gervonta Davis, great fighter, just drew with the super featherweight. Keyshawn Davis, another great fighter. Shakur's friend, hasn't got the resume to be at #2. This guy's at #3. This is the clearest #1 fighter in the division you could ever see. And I know that you've got special dispensation, not you Versace, but the committee. The 135-pound belt is vacant right now. This is a belt that should be contested between Shakur Stevenson and William Zepeda on July 12th. We'll leave it there. I hope you will consider it with His Excellency, who you guys know the sport inside out. You know how good this man is. And for everybody watching this stream right now, everybody watching around the world, and especially if you're American, understand what you've got here. Absolute greatness of the sport. He's just getting started. And this is a tremendous fight. Zepeda's a great fighter, but you will see why Shakur Stevenson is one of the greatest fighters this country has ever produced.
So Eddie, are you asking for sanction?
Sorry?
Are you asking for the title to be at stake in this fight?
I am. I'm asking for you to consider it in your noble position.
I will definitely consider it, talk it over with the committee,
Thank
because
you.
the committee decides it. I don't decide it. You know, it's an independent committee.
Yeah, that's why I asked the committee. And that's the great thing about the Ring Magazine.
Well, it's not Eddie. I'll tell you that much.
If it was, he'd already have the belt.
He already had the belt.
Yeah, but this is a you know, you guys have always been fair to consider it, and I think this is I think this is the best fight in the division. You know, this is two tremendous fighters that deserve to be the king of the division, because this is already the king of the division. So if Zepeda was to do something outrageous, I don't know, Shakur was to slip over and break his ankle or something like that, and he won, he should get the belt. But he's the king, and he should be crowned king at Flushing Meadows on July 12th. Thank you for your consideration.
It'll be under consideration.
Under consideration. Strong words there from Eddie Hearn, but now let's turn to the fighters themselves, and let's stick with Shakur and William Zepeda matchup. William, you're fighting for the WBC lightweight belt. I just want to know this opportunity for you, what it means on this card on July 12th.
¿Estás peleando?
¿Qué tal? Un gusto, para mí es un honor estar aquí presente, muy agradecido con todo mi equipo, con Golden Boy por esta oportunidad, con Shakur también por darnos esta oportunidad de tener una gran pelea. Estoy muy emocionado, muy contento. Esto es respuesta de todo el trabajo que he hecho a lo largo de 16 años. Créanme que voy a aprovechar esta oportunidad porque sé que es la oportunidad de mi vida y pronto, este 12 de julio, en Nueva York, van a conocer a William Camarón Zepeda.
This is the fruit of 16 years of labor, of working hard every day and answered prayer. This is the opportunity of my life, and I think that July 12th, New York, will know who William Zepeda is.
You heard those words from Eddie Hearn just a second ago that Shakur would have to break his ankle, slip on a banana peel to lose this fight. You feel like potentially a lot of the people, even in this crowd, are overlooking you.
Escuchaste las palabras de Eddie Hearn que dice que la única manera que tú le puedes ganar a Shakur es que se resbale, se quiebre un pie y que no pueda continuar. Y hay mucha gente que piensa lo mismo. ¿Qué es lo que opinas tú?
No, yo me estoy preparando para una gran pelea. Hemos escuchado decir que Shakur se va a parar a pelear. Vamos a ver si es cierto. Y lo importante es dar una gran exhibición. Yo estoy concentrado en el trabajo que tengo que hacer, soy consciente de las habilidades de Shakur, pero creo que tengo un gran equipo y estoy haciendo un gran campamento para poder evadir todas sus habilidades de Shakur.
I really don't care what Eddie says. You know, it's me and Shakur in there, and hopefully Shakur does what he says he's going to do, stand there and fight, and just give the fans a great fight, you know. And we're going to prove who's the best July 12th. You know, I know that this is my opportunity. So Shakur says he's going to stand and fight. Let's stand and fight.
So, okay, you guys have talked about it. He's going to stand and fight. But when you watch Shakur fight and the way you fight, obviously it's a boxer-puncher matchup. You're very aggressive. He is very defensively sound, and his counter-punching is there. How do you expect him to actually fight in this matchup?
Obviamente han hablado y te ha dicho que él se va a parar a pelear contigo, pero es una pelea donde tú eres el agresivo, él es el peleador boxeador. Si tú cómo ves la pelea, si sí se va a parar a pelear o qué es lo que ves en esta pelea tú.
No, ahorita en nuestro campamento estamos haciendo varios planes. Si no nos funciona el plan A, vamos a usar el plan B o el plan C. Somos muy conscientes y realistas de sí la calidad que tiene Shakur, pero yo también tengo calidad, soy un boxeador inteligente. Muchos peleadores a los que les he ganado me han caracterizado por ser nada más un tiragolpes, pero ya cuando me tienen al frente se dan cuenta que no es en realidad así, sino que también sé usar mi boxeo y sé que Shakur al momento de tenerme enfrente va a sentir también mi agresividad y que también me sé mover.
We know that Shakur is a great fighter. We know the opposition we have in front of us, you know, but we're training for that. We're training. We have a plan A, plan B. A lot of fighters that I fought always think that I'm just a guy that comes and throws punches until they're in the ring with me. You know, Shakur can say he's going to stand and fight with me, but he's going to have to go back to his plan and box at some time too. So we're preparing for everything.
Thank you, William. Shakur? A lot of words been said so far. The plea is stand and fight.
Yeah, I heard that a couple of times. It sounds like that's what they want me to do. So the thing is, I'm coming in there to put on a performance. I'm not focused on doing one thing. I'm not focused on standing there fighting. I'm not focused on boxing. I'm coming in there to put on the best performance in my career. And on July 12th, Zepeda's gonna remember my name.
With this matchup, I asked him the same question, so I'll ask you. How do you expect him to fight? He's very aggressive, puncher. He's going to throw a lot of output, we all assume, but how do you expect this to go?
I mean, he can't do nothing different. He could sit here and act like, oh, I got a plan B, plan C, plan D, blah, blah, blah. He can't do nothing different. There's one thing that he's coming to do. He's coming there to throw as many punches as possible, overwhelm me, make me tired, and, try to bully me. And I'm not going to let that happen. So I don't believe that bullshit he's talking about.
Now, when you get in that ring, I think a lot of people expect a lot from you, especially in this matchup. Vegas lines would also agree with me. How do you go out and perform? I even heard you talking about maybe putting it on him a little differently than you have in the last couple of fights. We saw the Josh Padley fight. We saw what you did there. Am I looking at a different Shakur Stevenson this time around?
Here's the thing, man. I want Jacob Panda, his coach, that translated for him. I want him to know that, and tell him that too. I'm going to train my ASS off. I'm going to put.
You can say it.
I'm going to train my ass off, and I'm going to put in a lot of work. And come July 12th, he will have the best version of Shakur Stevenson. He will see something different than he ever saw before.
When that fight does happen, the talks of overlooking, it feels like when I get on Twitter, you're beefing with every fighter that's out there. How do you zero in on this moment?
That's just.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, Shakur. I have to interrupt you though because this is His Excellency calling me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta answer this. Hello, His Excellency, are you there? Hello?
Hello everyone. It is a pleasure to have you all and have my partners, Matchroom, Mr. Eddie, Golden Boy, Mr. Gomez, Golden Star, Mr. Spencer, and the team of Berlanga. This card is very important for boxing. You can see this card for the ring number 3. It's no one can accept and protect the result of the card. This is important card and historical place for the first time in boxing ever in the tennis arena. This card have a brilliant fighters. The result of this card will affect our next card. The eye of Shakur is in tank. The eye of Zepeda in big fights in Mexico. The eye of the result of Berlanga and Sheeraz is in Canelo. This is big cards. This is important card. This will affect boxing. And now, in front of everyone, we are ready. We are ready to do big fights. We have a big cards in August. We have a big cards in October. I am talking with Matchroom, with Eddie Hearn, to do Boots and to Malibu. We are discussing now for big fights for Garcia and Haney. And let's go back to this card. This card is very important to me. Shakur, Zepeda, Sheeraz, Berlanga. The result of this card will affect the future. This is important card and a historical card for the boxing. Shakur, one of the greatest fighter, pound of pound now in the world. Sheeraz is the ambassador, and Shakur, both of them is the ambassador of Riyadh season. Sheeraz is looking to have a big performance in America and watching the result of Crawford and Canelo. Berlanga want to put very big statement in the first card with us. Zepeda have a lot of options. We have the Latinos night. We have a big fight preparing now in Mexico. This is important card. This is important card. And the last request for Mr. Firzachi, this build, we change it. We now want the new version, please. Try to have the new version from the factory in England. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Thank you to my partner, Mr. Edgar, Spencer Brown, Golden Boy, and Berlanga team. Thank you so much.
There he is, folks. His Excellency. HE knows how to make an entrance. He does have my number as well, so that's pretty cool. Shakur, back to you. This moment for you is, you hear everybody talking about it, comparing you to the greats of all time. When you hear that, how does that make you feel?
It's cool, but I don't get too caught up in it. I'm not trying to get caught up into like a trap to where it's like I'm thinking so highly of myself that I'm not gonna put in the work for the fight. Also know that I'm not sleeping on Williams Zepeda. I understand that this is a fighter in front of me that been waiting on this opportunity his whole life. I knew Zepeda back when I was like 16, 15 years old, and he was focused then, and I understand right now. This is his moment too, so at the end of the day, I gotta go lock in and I gotta step on him. Man. That's what I'm gonna do.
William, you heard that. He said he's going to step on you. What's your response?
Bueno, pues yo estoy muy concentrado en lo mío. Siempre me he caracterizado por ser un peleador que habla arriba del ring. Esta pelea no es decepción. Sé que es la pelea de mi vida, la que va a despuntar mi carrera. Yo quiero pasar a la historia en el boxeo mexicano, en el boxeo mundial, y el tener esta pelea contra un gran peleador como Louis Shakur es la que me va a despuntar, y estoy seguro que va a ser una pelea que va a pasar a la historia como la de Madrid Taylor contra Chávez.
I've always been a fighter that's been known to be very disciplined, very focused. This is not the exception. This is the biggest fight of my life, the greatest opportunity I have. I want to be known as a Mexican legend, not only a Mexican legend, but a legend in the sport of boxing. I look at this fight like a movie, you know, almost like the Mildred Taylor versus Chavez, and I just want that type of fight. I just want to give the fans, I just want the fans what they want.
Not that way?
Hey, Panda, tell him to start speaking English, man. I know he know more English right now, man. You've been around
Que
for how
hablas más
long
inglés,
now,
cabrón,
man?
que tú sabes hablar inglés, dice.
Tell him to talk some English. I know he know English, man.
We'll say it for
He's like, wait a minute.
Last one for you, Shakur. You heard His Excellency on the phone there say, listen, a win here, and he wants to set up the tank fight.
Yes.
I know you're not overlooking Williams Zepeda, but that's got to be in your mind.
Nah, it can't be. It can't be. Right now, all that's in my mind is July 12th. Of course, I want the tank fight. I've been saying it for years now, but truthfully, if I don't get past Zepeda, there is no tank fight. So Zepeda is first, and I'm coming to stand on business.
Absolutely. Now let's move to our last billing on the night. The second of our two main events. Under the bright lights, July 12th. Hamzah, I'll start with you. You're making your debut at super middleweight. Before we get there though, I want to know what you learned in the Adames fight that prepares you for this moment.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank the Almighty Allah. I'd like to thank my team for getting me here. I'd like to thank His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh for giving me the opportunity again. I learned a lot of things. Well, listen, it's all well and good talking about it. That's the past. That's the past. Listen, we're in New York now. We're here. Everything's about the future. Over here, listen, no dream is big enough. You know what I mean? No dream is big enough. So it's all about the future. It's all about July the 12th, and I'm ready.
When you look across the table there's already been some personal shots thrown between you and Edgar Berlanga. What's the message to him?
Listen, I'm coming for everything. I feel like this fight, I think for the first time in my career, I'm kind of being underestimated, and I get it because in boxing you're only as good as your last performance, but I'm telling you lot now, July the 12th, when I get the win, the Hamzah Sheeraz hype train is going to be back on again, and listen, we're coming with everything.
You're going into Edgar's backyard. He's even called you soft.
Yeah.
So, like you said, there's a lot of things going in his favor here.
Yeah, listen, if I was soft, I wouldn't be going into a fight like this at 168 at a new weight. So I think that ends that there, and July the 12th we'll see what I'm all about.
Both camps have said this fight's probably not going past 6 rounds. Am I safe to say you're predicting a knockout here?
I've learned a lot from my last fight, like I was talking about, and not just in the fight, in the ring, but outside of the ring as well. So if it goes 12 rounds, it goes 12 rounds, but it'll definitely be explosive for sure.
Edgar, like I said, there's been a lot said already. Let me just give you this opportunity to talk to your people here in New York before we get started.
First and foremost, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for this opportunity. I want to thank God in the ring, His Excellency, my team, Keith Conley, Edgar Berlanga, my right. You already know what time it is, man. I'm knocking this motherfucker out. You know,
just like that.
Listen, we in New York. This is my backyard. You know what I'm saying? His manager, that's his manager over there. That was talking to you? Yeah, that nigga's tripping. He's saying that Sheeraz gonna knock me out, and not even his own fighter believe that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, we're here. You know, he said we overlooking him. I don't overlook no fighter. You know what I'm saying? You see
listen, you're already talking about the Canelo fight, bro.
Shut
You're already talking about
listen,
the
you gotta
Canelo
listen. You gotta give your
Canelo
last
fight,
fight,
man.
bro. You gotta give your last fight. You know that. You lost that shit. Even your trainer knew that you lost the fight, bro.
Listen, we're not talking about the
Your
past.
trainer even knew you
If
lost
we're
the
talking
fight,
about the
bro.
past,
Your trainer even knew you lost the fight.
Your
And now you
bitch.
picked up Andy Lee, which I knocked his fight out. You went try broke his face, broke everything in his fucking his face. He broke in his face. He hired Andy Lee. I will fuck you up and Andy Lee the same night. You know? and look, Sheeraz. You 4 times. If you dropped him 4 times, that's worse. So now what? Get the fuck out of here. You crazy. Look. We're gonna put you in a fucking pack, you know? We're gonna sell the Andy Lee pack.
While Edgar puts him in a pack, I'll apologize for the language. Sorry about that. Keep going.
Keep going.
I gotta do my job.
Fuck that. There you go. This is New York. This is my shit. This is my shit. I was telling Sheeraz this is my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. He from London. He coming over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm a superstar, bro. You know what I'm saying? You in the Lions Den. You heard what my man said. We in the Lions Den, man. I don't overlook no fighter, bro. I'm at that elite level already, so I don't overlook no fighter. I'm not going in there sleeping on this guy. You know what I'm saying? You see what happened to Munguia. You know what I'm saying? Munguia slept on this guy, got knocked the fuck out. So we're not doing that. You feel me? We're going in there 100% focused, and we're looking to hurt him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna break every bone in this nigga's face, and I wanna do what I do best. win.
I mean, it's just pure confidence coming out of you right
a
now.
show, put on a show. You know, there's entertainment at the end of the day. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah, we warriors, we gladiators, but this shit is about entertainment. You know what it is. You know, every fight, man, like you gotta turn it up. You know what I'm saying? This is all eyes on us now.
That confidence, are you drawing that from what you've seen from Hamzah Sheeraz? Just you as a fighter? Where's it coming from?
I always been like that.
Yeah.
I always be seen in the Canelo fight, 12 rounds, toe to toe with him. Arm fucked up, still went out there, did what I did. I violated, I was talking shit to Canelo in his face, literally in his face. Telling him to suck a,
Apologize for the language again there.
No, I'm serious.
No,
In front of Jesus, I was telling him that in the ring, calling him a bitch. I'm like that, I know I'm like that. At the highest level, 20,000 people, I'm like that, you know what I'm saying? So, him coming to my backyard is a big problem.
Hamzah, what do you make of all that talk? I mean, again, it's a lot of personal, a lot of your
And he know I'm
through
like
this.
that, he know I'm like that.
In the UK, we call him a sausage, and that's exactly what it is.
Any response to being called a sausage?
And he's a dick eater, that's what he called.
Shouldn't have asked. Should not have asked.
He got everything handed to him in a silver spoon. Everything he got, he handed to him. You know what I'm saying? We taking that. I came from the dirt, bro. I came from the trenches.
No one's
Hey,
asking
in
you.
boxing,
No one's asking you where you come
in
from.
boxing,
It doesn't matter. Listen, July the 12th, me and you're gonna be in that ring. Doesn't matter where we come from, bro. Doesn't matter where we come
spoon in your
from.
hand, nigga. You crazy? You got a silver spoon in your hand.
When you look at how,
You should go to acting, bro.
when you look at how Hamzah fights, what are the holes that you do see that you're predicting a knockout?
He's basic, bro. He's a basic fighter. I seen the best out there, bro. I've been boxing since I was 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still a sponge. But at the end of the day, I got over 20-some years boxing. You know what I'm saying? So what he's gonna bring, I already seen that shit. His hype don't mean nothing. All that shit don't mean nothing. Now he got Andy Lee in his corner. It's even worse. Cause you see what I did to his last fight.
I don't know if I'm gonna fight Hamzah or Andy Lee at this point.
Yo, Andy, man, you fucked up again, bro. Yo, and I love my Irish people, you heard? I love my Irish people, man, but Andy, you fucked up.
I'm gonna ask both of you guys this. I'll start with you, Hamzah. You heard His Excellency talk about a Canelo fight potentially looming. Obviously, Canelo's got work to do, and so do
He's
you
selling
guys.
him a dream, bro.
But that challenge, it seems like you welcome all challenges. What would that mean to you?
Just like I said, I ain't gonna talk about that. I need to smash this guy's face in, and then we can talk about that then.
I'll smash some shit.
Edgar, you've been in there with Canelo. Obviously, the goal is to get back to the top of the division. With a win here, it seems like you would secure that. Would you welcome another fight with
Well, of
Canelo?
course we want that rematch. Yo, the reason why I started talking about a rematch was really because the Mexicans is asking for it, bro. Like, I'm in Tampa, a whole bunch of Mexicans are playing city. They're asking for the rematch. His own people's asking for the rematch. So, if the people's asking for it, you know what I'm saying, let's get it. I think it was a big fight. I know that, New York was shut down completely. There was block parties. Every bar in New York was shut down. You know what I'm saying? Puerto Rico was shut down. So, that's a good sign of a great fight. You know what I'm saying? I gave him 12 rounds, hard. He went in there and with the least amount of experience. You know what I'm saying? I went in there. All the fighters he fought had way more experience than me. Billy Joe Sanders, Floyd Mayweather, all these guys. You know what I'm saying? And I went in there with no experience, but I know I'm that dude. You know what I'm saying? I know what I got. I got that charisma. I got that strong power. I look good, and I fight good.
Obviously, the people coming up. What I want to do now is get some final predictions from all of our fighters on stage before we face you guys off. We'll start with you, William. Massive moment for you. WBC lightweight
We already
championship.
predicted a 10th round knockout.
You heard it there, 10th round knockout. WBC lightweight championship on the line. How do you go in on July 12th and get it done?
Tu predicción en esta pelea es la pelea de campeonato mundial del Consejo Mundial de Boxeo. ¿Cómo entras tú a ganarle a Shakur Stevenson esa noche?
No, tengo que usar todas mis herramientas. Lo sigo diciendo, lo sabe mi equipo, sé yo. Lo tengo muy en mente que tiene muchas cualidades Shakur, pero yo tengo que explotar mis herramientas, no al 100, sino al millón. Tengo herramientas importantes que son las que me van a sacar adelante. No puedo dejar en duda esta victoria no quiero dejar, no puedo decir un round y no quiero dejarle la decisión a los jueces. Yo sé que vengo a Nueva York a triunfar.
I know that I have to prepare 1,000,000% for this fight. This is my biggest fight of my career, the biggest fight of my life. You know, like I told my team, I can't leave this in the judges' hands. I gotta come out here and give everything that I have that's within my heart and try to stop this fight.
Shakur, before I ask for your prediction, I want to know, is the hand okay? We're good?
The hand good.
Hand's good? Okay, so, prediction time.
Prediction, I'm gonna go out there and do what I do best, win, but in spectacular fashion. So I ain't gonna give you a prediction on stoppage. But I'm coming out there to whoop his ass.
Yeah.
Point blank. Hamzah, I'll ask the same question to you, but we're gonna start with the hand. Hands are okay, everything is good, healed up?
Yeah, everything's all on
so.
point. Everything's all on point. And in terms of my prediction for the fight, I go out there for a few jabs, land the right hand straight in the chin and knock him the fuck out.
You like that energy, Edgar, huh? Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know what the reference is. Your prediction for this fight, main event, your backyard, this moment.
He fuck gonna be the 18th first round knockout.
First round.
If he come to fight, he don't run like a bitch because he got Andy Lee training him, so I already know what type of time Andy Lee's on. He gonna be on that boxing shit. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be running around the ring like a ballerina. If he comes to fight the first round, I'm knocking him out. Bad, like super bad. I'm knocking him out.
Do you think he stands in the middle with you and fights, as you say, in the first round, or do you think he boxes with you?
I don't know. Let's see. I talked a lot of shit. So.
Bro, how you talking about boxing when you ran 12 rounds from Canelo? Shut up.
Shut the fuck up. Bro, you gotta give your last fight. You knew you had to give, bro. Your trainer, that's why you fire your trainer. That's why you fire your trainer. You know why you fire your trainer? Because as soon as you lost, your trainer said. I mean, as soon as you won, or the draw, the trainer said. He already knew you got your ass whipped, bro. You was in Saudi, you got your ass whipped in your hometown. That's embarrassing, bro. You think you're gonna come to my shit over here? This is my shit. You think you're gonna come over here and fuck with me? You crazy? You're gonna have to kill me, bro. Literally, like, you gonna have to kill me. You gonna have to jump in the ring.
I think we'll leave it there. I think the best words have been said so far. So thank you all for coming out to our press conference. Remember, guys, July 12th, historic card from Louis Armstrong Stadium. Yeah, go ahead, give it up. Give it up one time. Thank you.